the backup track for that,
yeah,
Steph.
what can I say?
I like it.
Have the deeper register for it.
It works. It works. Hey, it's Monday morning, 8 o'clock, May 26th. Thanks so much for joining us here on Arc Rochester. I'm Dan Schrack.
And I'm Stephanie Joseph. We've got a full packed 2 hours, as Dan says, here on Arc Rochester. So let's run down what we've got brewing for you. The top dog has been crowned. We are going to be recapping the highlights from the inaugural Weenie 500 and which Frank entered the Wiener Circle. That and more is coming up in this morning's Trending Now.
Something tells me it was one of the many Oscar Mayer Wienermobiles that was in the race.
Yeah.
And then with today being Memorial Day, we are marking the unofficial start of summer, and that means swimming season quickly approaching. We're going to be discussing ways to improve swim safety for all those summer swimmers.
And then we are going to be inviting you to our Arc Rochester cookout. Coming up, we're going to be grilling up some burgers live in the studio. Well, because why not?
Yeah. Ashley said, is this something you'd want to do? And I was like, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
It's a Monday. Let's do it. Let's break out the charcoal grill. I actually think it's electric.
That's good. That's great.
No fire in the studio. Don't worry, bosses. Before all of that, we do want to get a check of some of our top local headlines in your Monday morning news break.
Well, as we have said, today is Memorial Day, a time for the nation to pause and honor the men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice in service to our country. In our community, thousands will gather for parades and ceremonies to reflect on their legacy. Rochester's Memorial Day Parade, the largest in the area, steps off at 10:30 this morning from the corner of East and Alexander. It'll travel west on Main Street, ending at Main and Fitzhugh. Streets along the route will close at 10 o'clock and reopen around 1 this afternoon. Staging streets begin closing in about 30 minutes.
Also this morning, Fairport's parade begins at 10 o'clock. That starts at Village Hall and ends with a ceremony in Potter Park. Chris Lopez is live there for us this morning. We'll check in with him in just a bit. Meantime, the Victor Parade gets underway just about a half hour later at 10:30, running from the Victor School campus to Village Hall, that one too, followed by a ceremony. And in Greece, that parade begins at 11, starting on Long Pond Road and ending at Greece Town Hall campus. A remembrance ceremony will follow at the Town Hall Pavilion. A reminder that government offices and court buildings are closed. Mail delivery and garbage collection suspended.
Rochester police are searching for a second suspect in a gunpoint carjacking in the city's Edgerton neighborhood. Now, it happened around 8 last night on Fulton Avenue near Phelps. Police say 2 suspects held a victim at gunpoint and stole their car. Officers found that vehicle a short time later on West Main Street near Jefferson Avenue. 2 people ran from that scene. One of them, a 26-year-old parolee, was taken into custody. He's now facing robbery and grand larceny charges. Officers are still searching for the second suspect. Anyone with information should call police.
A woman remains in serious condition this Monday after being hit by a car on the city's north side this past weekend. It happened around 4 o'clock yesterday morning on Portland Avenue near Fernwood. Investigators say the 51-year-old stepped off the sidewalk into the path of oncoming traffic. She was taken to the hospital and is expected to survive. The driver did stay at that scene. Police say no criminal charges are expected.
Rochester police are also searching for suspects after a weekend shooting on Willow Street. That's where officers found a 32-year-old woman with multiple gunshot wounds. She was taken to the hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. Investigators believe this shooting stemmed from a family dispute. No arrests have been made. Those with information should call 911. And a reminder that if you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, the Willow Domestic Violence Hotline is available 24/7 at 222-SAFE or 222-7233.
And for all these top stories and any new developments throughout the day, head over to our website, 13wham.com.
Well, let's switch gears now and take a look at the forecast. With the holiday today, families are looking to head outside and, of course, enjoy the day, head to some parades, ceremonies, different things like that. It's looking to be a beautiful day to do all of those things.
Yeah, meteorologist Marty Snyder at the Weather Center for us this morning. With more on the sunshine that is making a return, Marty. I walked past one of the side doors in the building, saw that sunshine out there, and should have told Ashley, let's move the show outside. But
works for me.
we're here.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't take that door and head right on out. And
Yeah, right. And say, see ya.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. But yeah, today's going to be a beautiful day for those who have the chance to get out there and enjoy it. Just some really nice weather. You can see skies have cleared out pretty well across the area, and we're going to see at least some sunshine try to hold on pretty well through much of the day. And already, temperatures are moving along. 51 currently. We were starting off mainly in the 40s earlier, so we're starting to cross over into that next category. And we'll continue to see these numbers increase nicely today. 64 at noon. We'll be in the upper 60s, almost 70 for a high. Up along the lakeshore, temperatures will run a little cooler, but again, a beautiful day coming up straight through the day. And then longer term, tomorrow still looks nice. Just a few more clouds than today. We're going to see more thin clouds enter, about 70 then. The rain begins to come back into the picture, especially about later Wednesday. Some showers Thursday, Friday possible. And even as we head into the weekend, that chance is there for a couple showers. So longer term, there is some rain. Doesn't look like the steady rain that we have been seeing, but at least some of those showers return. But at least these next couple days, Monday and Tuesday, still looking really nice with quite a bit of sunshine for both days. So at least we finish off the holiday weekend on a really pleasant note, guys.
Yeah, we like that, Marty. Plenty of sunshine, temperatures nearing 70 degrees. Time to open the windows.
There you go.
When you're home.
Very true, yes.
Keep them locked at all other times. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
Sure.
All right, let's go off the top and start with some of the stories that have piqued our interest this morning. I'll kick things off. Today, I want to talk about something that's been sticking to the walls of my brain lately, discussing it all morning. It's not a news story. It's not a trend, just a question about who we are and who we think we are. So I recently wrote 2 short prompts, 3 actually, this morning, and fed them into one of these new AI video generators. No actors, no scripted shoots, just a machine taking my words, turning them into a face and a voice, a person. And I want you to watch these and tell me they don't shake you just a little.
I just don't see how you can possibly believe that we are prompts, Jennifer.
We have free will and feelings.
Oh, Chad, I think you are the one who can't see the truth.
I just don't see how you can possibly believe that we are prompts, Jennifer.
We have free
What do
will
you think?
and
Is this a
feelings.
simulation?
It's not impossible, is it?
Well, there are a lot of arguments. So what do you think? Is this a simulation?
None of this is real. We're just ones and O's. You, me, this entire moment, a prompt.
Dan, that's blasphemy!
Dan, that's crazy talk. You are nuts.
I told you, we're prompts. None of this is real. We're just ones and O's. You, me, this entire moment, a prompt.
Dan, that's
Wow. I mean,
It's making you a little more scared than it was earlier, isn't it? Yeah, you saw it, you heard it, and for a second you probably believed it. There's a conversation happening right now online in tech circles and in art spaces called the prompt theory. It's this idea that AI-generated characters, which are literally nothing more than strings of codes, ones and zeros, are starting to sound and look a lot like us. And no, they're not alive, they're not conscious, at least we don't think they are. But they are getting really, really good at looking and acting human. And the better they get, the more I have at least been starting to question what I'm seeing. It's not about tricking the eye anymore. It's about stirring something within the viewer, something that feels kind of real when you see that. And that's the part that I just can't shake. Because I wrote the prompts, I knew what they were, but I still watched those videos back and I caught myself thinking, why do I believe what I'm seeing? So as we step into this more AI era than we already are, where anyone can generate something that looks real, we might have to start asking ourselves, what happens when the most human-sounding voice in the room isn't human at all?
go ahead and write the novel.
Oh, listen, there's.
It's
I'm
a
sure
great
there's
question.
plenty of them.
Yeah.
But I'm watching this stuff, okay, and so when we start work, we're still very sleepy and tired.
Yes.
And so producer Ashley and I, we were discussing this, and we're coming up with what I should generate in these videos. And I posed the question, wait a second, because if you watch some of them, those are my quick 10-second creations.
Yeah.
If you watch some of them, and just look for VO3 AI on any social media platform, and there's a lot of videos of AI-generated people saying, please change the prompt. I'm in a different place. I'm scared. I don't know where I am. How could you be treating us like this? As if they're actual people trapped in a computer somewhere.
Yeah.
So I posed the question to Ashley, if we write these things and we create these prompts, do these people, are they in a perpetual cycle of existence in the World Wide Web somewhere? Like, is that conversation still going on between that mother, father, and son? Are those people still in the diner? Are those people still at their Connecticut home debating AI?
I think there's a show that you should watch. I just finished it.
What is
I don't think it's called Pantheon. That's the one that I was like grateful for. It delves into this subject.
Okay.
And it kind of answers your question about, I guess, multiple universes, basically.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to give it away, but one of the main characters explores that herself. It talks about how, I can't say.
No, say it.
It talks about
Spoilers. There may be a spoiler here for Pantheon.
it talks about there being another life after death, basically.
Okay.
Uploaded intelligence is the name that they use, and so people's brains, their memories, everything, emotions get uploaded, and they're able to live on for however long they need to.
Does that sound appealing to you?
No. After having watched the show.
Oh.
Yes.
Sounds like it goes dark.
It does in some regards. I wouldn't say it's like dark, like Black Mirror dark.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm getting the rap from good old Ashley in the back. Or it could be a prompt telling me to rap.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah. Well, I would 10 out of 10 recommend watching that show. It's like an adult comic, like cartoon.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
All right, I'll give it a whirl.
Yeah. All right, so my story today, a popular wholesale retailer is expanding its reach in the pizza delivery business. And no, it's probably not the one that you're thinking of. It's Sam's Club. They've announced last week that their 16-inch hot pizza can now be delivered.
Okay.
Yeah, it costs $8.98, but there's more to that. We'll get to that a bit later. You can choose from different toppings like pepperoni, cheese, 4 meat, you name it. You can also use the delivery from Club Service to pair the brand's Caesar salad, that's Members Mark, bakery treats, or drinks with your pizza. And if the delivery option is not at your local club yet, it's expected to be there by the end of the month.
They're really rolling this out quickly.
They are. They're like everywhere is going to be a part of it. Members can order online through the Sam's website or even the app. And in addition to standard delivery, there would be an express option that would deliver the pizza in under 3 hours, which when you think about it right, 20 minutes.
3 hours?
I know, yeah. But it depends.
I'm hungry now.
I know. It depends. Like if you're trying to host a big party, for example, and you need multiple, like 16-inch, that's pretty big.
It is big.
Yeah. So might need some time.
I've eaten a couple of them in my life.
Well, Sam's Club says it's part of their work to boost the member experience with convenience and meeting the current ways people shop today. So the digital era of it all.
Yeah.
But there is a catch, as I was alluding to before. Your final total actually depends on the membership that you have. And according to Restaurant Business Online, standard members, they would pay $12 to deliver. So that's kind of like bottom tier of the memberships. My mom's got the Plus membership. And Plus members are eligible for free delivery if it's over $50.
Okay.
Yeah. And express delivery is an $8 upcharge. So we've got a bunch of different catches.
A couple of caveats in there.
Yeah, and another caveat is I am very well aware that there are no Sam's Clubs in Rochester, unfortunately.
Pump your brakes. Don't hit send on that email.
Yeah, I am aware that the closest Western New York location is in Cheektowaga for us here in Rochester. That's about an hour. And the main wholesalers we've got here are, of course, BJ's, Costco. They don't deliver any hot foods from what I've seen, but some people on Reddit, they were trying to look for loopholes through third-party delivery apps like Instacart, but they weren't able to find any. So if you know something, let me know. You can still order those regular groceries through the apps, schedule a pickup, curbside.
So you can get a hot pizza with your pickup if you'd like now from Sam's Club.
Yeah.
Costco and BJ's, do they have pizza?
Yes.
They do?
Yes.
Okay.
They are yes.
Don't yell
It is
at
a
me,
part
Steph.
of the experience.
Okay.
When you go to Costco, you gotta get a slice, or maybe you'll try the cookie. BJ's, I don't remember the last time I had BJ's pizza.
I don't know that I've ever been into a BJ's or Costco. I know I've been into a Sam's Club.
Sam's Club, that is my
long
favorite
time, though.
wholesaler. I grew up with Sam's Club like 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
I think producer Ashley, for later this week, she's saying wrap, but I think for later this week, we need to put a solid 20 minutes of time in, see if we can figure out a loophole with like DoorDash or one of those other instant delivery companies, Jackrabbit or whatever they are, and TaskRabbit, and see if they can go and get us a pizza and bring it to the studio.
An hour away.
During the show. No, during the show from one of our local places. Wouldn't it be great to just invite the guy right in? Come on in.
Sure, I'm
You're on
sure
TV.
he'd be all for it. Or
Have a slice.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It'd be fun. We'll give it a whirl. Hey, 8:16. Stick around. A lot more to come here on ARC Rochester, including when we come back, we're checking in with Chris Lopez, who's in Fairport, previewing some of today's Memorial Day ceremonies.
And don't forget that you can watch us on the go wherever you are by streaming us live on the 13WIM YouTube channel or foxrochester.com. ARC Rochester returns after this.
Memorial Day parades are happening across Monroe County today to honor our fallen heroes.
Yeah, and we're putting a spotlight on one in particular that's happening in Fairport. We go live to our Chris Lopez, who has been there all morning previewing those festivities.
Yes, we do. Chris, how's it going out there?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's beautiful out here. We're here at Potter's Park. This is where pretty much the parade ends and the ceremony begins, right, Mike? I'm here with Mike. He's the parade commander, chairman, you name it, all hats. You're wearing them right now.
Yes. Yeah, the parade, the Fairport Memorial Day parade will end here at Potter Park. And once the parade is completely finished, everybody has gone by, we kick right off into our remembrance ceremony for Memorial Day.
And then what's going on here specifically? You guys have a few guest speakers, but roughly who's going to be speaking here and what are they going to be speaking about?
We have post member Lieutenant Colonel Gary Barney, who's currently serving in the Army Reserves. We have retired Major General Joe Beeler, who's our distinguished speaker today.
Okay.
The current commander of VFW Post 8495, Eric Harrison, will speak. Clark King, who's a longtime mayor of Fairport, and he's also an Army veteran, and his father was one of the founding members of our VFW post. He's going to offer a few words. And we also have Kieran Hanna, town supervisor, saying a couple words. And then one of the things I'm looking forward to is one of my post members, Dave Reiniger, will be reciting Old Glory.
Yep. You guys were rehearsing for that just a few minutes ago.
Yep. And that will culminate with a flag passing that will be presented to the town supervisor, and that will be presented to him on behalf of the Parenton residents who are veterans who have passed away in the last year.
And I want to go over here to Dean Welch. You were also in the Army, but you, sir, had a pretty cool job, a job I am now familiar with, but you were doing for 30 years. That's broadcast journalism.
Yeah, I think people tend to forget that the Army has a plethora of jobs available. Well, all the services do. And, when I was getting out of college trying to figure out what my next step was, I saw that the Army had a broadcast journalism position, and I went and talked with a recruiter, and that's what I did for the first, 7 years of my career. And then as you get promoted, you move into more management supervisor stuff. But, my goal was to take my experience in the Army, come out and do what you're doing now, but I never left the Army.
You stayed in there, and you said you you grew up not too far away from this park here. You said you were playing with pretty much around this park here. What made you want to join?
Again, I joined the Army just for that experience. Okay. I wanted to do what you were doing, and I knew I needed to do something. I didn't have any luck, at the smaller markets in Elmira and things, Watertown. So I went into the Army with the intent of getting that experience for coming out and doing a job in the civilian world, but it just never panned out. But, the Army isn't better because I served, but I'm certainly better because I served.
I like that right there. And Memorial Day, what does that mean to you? It means something slightly different to me, to Mike, to Eric, who I asked earlier.
It's fascinating, having grown up here on Filkin Street, one street over from this location, as a kid playing on the artillery pieces behind me. At the Memorial Day, you'd walk to the end of the street and you'd be with all your friends and other families, neighbors, watching the parade, and then you get into Little League Baseball, and then you're marching in the parade, and then you go do what you got to do in the Army, and you come back, and now I march with the VFW. So it's kind of full circle. And it's interesting because Fairport's a great community. The streets will be lined with people, and you see kids waving flags and stuff. So it really is a nice parade. You see people that you haven't seen in years just sitting on the side, and you say hey and try to catch up with them. But it really is a community thing that the people of Fairport really support the VFW's Memorial Day parade. And, it's a somber day for those of us who served.
Yep.
For those who didn't, it's more of a festival beginning of summer. That's fine with that, just as long as maybe we take just a moment to pause and remember guys like Adam Quinn or James Hunter that died in service to the country.
And what do you want those to take away from this parade here, especially I want the kids that come here and see this stuff?
I want them to, maybe have their parents interact with them and explain what we did as soldiers, as airmen, Marines, sailors, the sacrifices that we made, and understand that, there are people that are in our community that may someday make that ultimate sacrifice. War is the worst thing, and hopefully we never have to ever do that again. But there's people that do pay the ultimate price, and we have to recognize them hopefully every day, but certainly on this day of Memorial Day.
Yeah, this is definitely a special day, and I love the camaraderie that you guys have with the other veterans or the guys here. It does remind me a lot of the Army, just kind of messing around with each other, getting everything set to go. And it starts at about 10 o'clock, right? 10 o'clock?
10 o'clock from behind the Village Hall, we'll step off.
Okay.
Parade should take 20 minutes because it's shorter this year, and I'm anticipating the ceremony here at Potter Park to kick off around 10:40, 10:45.
And it's a beautiful day. I keep saying it, but it truly is. Very beautiful day, especially after this weekend, full of rain, full of doom and gloom with the clouds in the air. But today, no cloud, at least not a cloud that I can see. Sun is out, shining. Pretty good day for a parade. Guys, back to you in studio.
All right, Chris, that sunshine behind you is very nice. A great way to celebrate today. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Hey, stick around. When we come back, meteorologist Marty Snyder will join us with another check of our holiday forecast.
We are back on the other side of the break.
Eight 27, welcome back. Meteorologist Marty Snyder has got another check of today's forecast. Marty, what are we looking to see out there? More sunshine, I expect.
Yes, quite a bit of sun. That's the great news we have for today. Just a very different day as compared to what we have been seeing with the clouds holding and all the rain we've been seeing on and off. Very different story for us today. Already we're starting off with at least some sunshine working in. A little bit of fog for just a couple places, but with temperatures beginning to increase already, that's just going to cause what's left of any of that to dissipate rapidly. And already that process has begun. So rising through the 50s initially, back to 64 at noon, and likely somewhere in the upper 60s to close to 70 for a high. So a warmer day than many recent days, and a lot more sunshine than many recent days as well. It's been that trend over the past weekend where we've been gaining a little bit more sun each day. Well, today's going to be where it all is really going to peak as far as seeing a lot of sunshine pretty much straight through the day. So again, beautiful afternoon coming up for us. Really not much showing up on radar for us. There were a couple showers well to our northeast, but even those are few and far between, really not much out there. And we've seen skies clear out very nicely. As I mentioned before, a couple of places did see just a little bit of fog try to set up overnight last night. Nothing really widespread, but just enough given the fact that skies did clear out. A lot of temperatures have dropped back just enough. Did cause a couple little pockets of it out there, but as you can see right now, we've been seeing pretty consistently all the way out to the horizon there. So some good news there, and we're going to keep some sun around for a lot of the day today. Right now, 51 degrees. Breeze coming in about 9 miles an hour, so up a little bit compared to where we were earlier this morning, but really nothing too significant. I think for a lot of the day will be between about 5 to 10 mile an hour range for that wind for the most part, so really nothing too consequential there. And we're seeing most temperatures hover in the 50s right now. We did start off with a lot of places, actually most somewhere in the 40s and a lot of mid 40s out there to start the day, but already temperatures have begun to turn the corner. We're getting back into the 50s. Still a cool start, but not all that bad, especially especially given the fact that we're getting into some of that sunshine, that we get to keep some of that sunshine around for a pretty good portion of the day. Now, as far as precipitation goes, that's going to hold well away from us today. Even the cloud cover, I think, is going to keep a pretty good distance from us. Maybe see a few pop-up clouds to the south, but that should be about the extent of any that we do see. Now, as we head later into the overnight and into tomorrow, the one minor change that we'll see are just a few more thin clouds making their way in from the west and southwest. Still some sunshine through that time frame, just a few more clouds than today. Still better than what we have been seeing over many of these recent days. Both days, today and tomorrow, both very close to 70 for a high. And then longer term, I think as we head deeper into Wednesday, that's when that risk of rain starts to increase once again across the area. So a little bit of a change by then, but at least another couple days of really nice weather for us. Not too far from 70 both days. Cooler lakeside, as is usually the case this time of year. Lake temperature is still only in the 40s right now. 64 as we head into Wednesday. Again, that's when the few showers begin to make their way back into the picture. And we keep temperatures mostly in the 60s, which again is below average by a little bit for this time of year, but not in the 50s. So a little better than where we have been. And at least that risk of rain does come up a little more as we head through some upcoming days. But still, compared to where we have been and what we could be seeing, it's a lot better than what we have seen across the area. So we'll look at it that way.
We like that. And it's getting to be that time where people want to open those pools.
Yeah.
They want to go swimming. Steph and I are sitting here discussing swimming as kids and as adults. Do you swim?
I don't really enjoy the water that much.
No?
I like lounging around by the water.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
But
think
it's
it's a
always too
water
cold
sign
for me.
thing. We're both water signs. You're an Aquarius, right?
Yes.
And I'm a Scorpio.
Yeah.
Water.
I don't even know what I am. People ask me,
when are you born?
January.
Oh,
I think I'm Capricorn.
I don't know
Oh, okay.
too many
I couldn't even-
Capricorns.
yeah.
Capricorn or Aquarius?
No, I'm pretty sure it's not Aquarius.
Okay, then you're
Yeah,
Capricorn.
it must be, yeah.
Okay.
Something like that. But I just don't like the cold water.
See,
I don't like it when it's cold.
okay,
I'm
absolutely.
with
But
you.
I also have an unreasonable fear of getting eaten by a shark, even in a pool.
Dan, you grew up by the Niagara River. There aren't any sharks.
You don't know that, Marty. You don't know what's in that water.
Well, then Marineland was just across the way there, so.
This is true, and they could have released the bad ones. You never know.
Right.
You never know.
guess.
Oh man, no, it'll be eventful. And Steph, we're gonna get Steph to do it this year.
Yeah.
She's gonna go swimming at some point.
I'll try.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll warm up the lake a little bit for you. 45 is the current lake temperature, so
Ooh,
Okay.
yeah, no thank you.
stay out of there today.
No, I need to see the bottom.
Yes.
That's the only way.
Criteria is right here.
Hey, don't go anywhere. A lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester.
We're back after this.
6:34. Thanks so much for sticking with us here on ARC Rochester this Monday. We want to take a journey now and tell you about some of the stories that have people talking with this morning's segment of...
I tried to save you.
of Trending Now.
All right, let's start with the down-to-the-wire race that took place over the weekend, all to crown the best wiener.
It was the inaugural Weenie 500. It happened this Friday at the legendary Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 6, count 'em 6, Oscar Mayer Wienermobiles took to that track competing for a winner takes all event.
Now, each mobile. I say it
it's
in.
gone. I can't see it
I
anymore.
think it's okay. Each mobile.
Yeah, because it's a Wienermobile.
represented a different regional hot dog favorite. So they included the Shy Dog, the New York Dog, the Sonoran Dog, the Slaw Dog, the Chili Dog, and the Seattle Dog.
It was a crowd of nearly 80,000 fans that watched the event live. In the final seconds, the Slaw Dog Wienermobile passed the Chai Dog.
Is it Chai or Shy?
Shy? I don't know.
Because people call it Chi-Town, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I thought they called it Chi-Town.
Oh, no. Someone tell us. I think it's Chi-Town.
Is it?
I think so. Well,
It's a hot dog.
yeah. The margin was about a half a bun. The Slaw Dog took home the first ever Wiener 500 trophy, entering the Wiener Circle.
Who was the driver?
That's a fantastic question.
Come on, Ashley.
All right.
Oh, no, you're supposed to fill in the blank with something funny.
Oh.
Frankfurter.
There you go.
That's pretty good.
There you go. Okay. Our next story this morning, if you're feeling a bit stressed, well, then have a slice. Because according to a new study, the smell of freshly baked pizza, even those delivered by Sam's Club, actively reduce stress and boost your mood.
Yeah, researchers say that their findings had nothing to do with the hunger of participants and strictly on biometric markers.
Yo.
The smell of pizza significantly lowered participants' anxiety levels and improved their overall mood.
Yo, pizza
Look at that.
improves everything.
Yeah.
Broader research shows that the smell is directly wired into the limbic system, which is part of the brain responsible for emotions and memory.
So when you get a whiff of something nostalgic, it can trigger your body to create serotonin and dopamine.
And saliva, because you really want pizza right now.
Yeah.
The study also revealed that 17% of participants felt an excited sense of anticipation when smelling pizza. Pizza is one of those foods that I could do breakfast, lunch, dinner, midnight snack, mid-morning snack, any time of day, 7 days a week. It would be my ride or die. If I'm on a desert island and I can only have one food for the rest of my life, pizza.
Yeah, it's
Pizza,
good.
pizza, pizza.
This is the first place that I tried breakfast pizza.
You didn't have breakfast pizza back home?
No.
Yeah, I mean, what did you think?
I think it was pretty good. I was looking for the sauce factor of some sort. It wasn't there, but...
My theory on breakfast pizza is that breakfast pizza should just be pizza eaten at breakfast time. It should not have sausage and egg or bacon or anything. No, it should just be pizza that you're eating at breakfast.
I don't mind that. You ever done like cold pizza? No.
Ever done cold pizza? Of course. I'm a pizza connoisseur, a cold pizza connoisseur.
Yeah.
Every Saturday morning, when I would wake up as a kid, I would go and deliver newspapers. I would get home. And I would plop down on the couch and have some leftover pizza from the night before while watching all of my programs, which were my infomercials, because I loved infomercials for anything that was as seen on TV. And then I would use my Paperboy money and buy those products.
Oh, well, sounds like an eventful Saturday.
Yeah, listen, I had a great little life. All right, our final story. A viral beauty trend is taking over the internet, and experts are saying it could land you in the ER, so you probably don't want to do it.
Yeah, so it's called carrot maxing, and it's gained popularity through TikTok, encouraging users to eat carrots, and a lot of them, in order to get a sun-kissed glow.
Okay, there is nothing new about this. It's just we're dealing with another generation who is learning about science. That's all it is. So this trend supposedly delivers a natural skin tan. It does. It's proven, turning skin a warmer hue because of the beta-carotene packed in carrots.
Health professionals are warning that this trend is not something anyone should take part in.
No, don't eat your weight in carrots. Good Lord. They say eating too many carrots can give you keratinema?
It's like anemia, so is it keratemia? Keratemia.
It's a rather harmless condition that literally turns your skin a yellow-orange color.
Well, it's just like, I feel like there were shows that would do parodies of this, and they would show the character turning orange because they had too much carrot juice, for example.
Huh?
What
shows?
You don't know the shows?
No.
I will have to look it up, but I know that there was a show, I think, on Disney or maybe Nickelodeon, where someone like drank carrot juice. Yeah, and they turned orange.
Carrot juice is actually quite good.
Is it?
Yeah. I've never had it? It tastes a lot better than you think it would.
I might need a mango
sweet.
or an orange blended in.
Throw an apple in there with it.
Okay.
Woo, delightful. All right. Now, others are eating carrots, canned carrots, and are actually being sent to the ER for sodium overload.
Oh, gosh. One TikToker was eating 6 cans of sliced carrots daily, amounting to over 5,250 milligrams of sodium a day.
That's more than double the American Heart Association's recommended limit of 2,300 milligrams.
Doctors say carrots are a powerhouse snack and should be eaten just in moderation.
Just like everything else, do it in moderation. Don't overdo it.
Yeah. That made me think of Vienna sausages. You ever had those?
The carrot story? Because they're the
because
same.
of the sodium, like canned carrots. I didn't know they had that much sodium, to be honest.
Sure, lots of canned food. That's why you always go for low sodium.
Yeah.
Unless you're only eating some of them and not, a case of canned carrots every day.
I can't imagine.
That's not going to end well. And why would you eat that? Why would you eat the canned carrots? Because they're pre-cooked? No, eat them raw.
Yeah. They're pretty good with some hummus.
Yeah.
Ranch.
A handful, 2, 3.
All right, stick around.
We're judging you.
We've got so much more to come here in Ark Rochester, including when we come back. We're once again checking in with Chris Lopez this Memorial Day.
But if you're heading for the door, take us with you. Ark Rochester is streaming live right now on the 13 WHAM YouTube channel and on foxrochester.com. Don't go anywhere. We're back after this.
Well, Memorial Day parades are happening all over Monroe County to honor our heroes.
Yeah, and we're putting the spotlight on one parade in particular happening this morning in Fairport. Chris Lopez is there live previewing all of the festivities for us. Morning, Chris.
Hey guys, yeah, we're here at Potters Park this morning. Step off for the parade in Fairport is going to be at 10 a.m. I'm here with Mike this morning. You're the chairman of this parade. I'm here also with Mr. Welch this morning. Used to be a broadcast journalist. I'm going to get to you in a minute. Details for the parade, though. I want to get those out of the way.
Parade kicks off from behind Fairport Village Hall at 10 a.m. Any veterans in the area that still might have time to get down there and you want to march with us, please come out and join us. You don't have to be a member of the VFW to march in the Veterans Contingent. We'd love to have you. Parade kicks off at 10 a.m. We will end here at Potter Park, and right after the parade is completely finished, within a few minutes, we will kick off with our Memorial Day ceremony, and I'm anticipating that to kick off around 10:45 a.m.
And Dean, you've been here all morning long helping them set up. What makes this day so special?
I think that it's a community that comes out to remember those that made the ultimate sacrifice in service to our country. They may not be impacted by knowing somebody who died in service, but they know somebody who served, and they understand that, our country isn't what it is without the sacrifice that we made as service members, but ultimately those that died for our way of life.
And Mike, you made a pretty good, we were talking a little bit earlier, the fine line between a big time celebration and still keeping it very professional with remembering those who have fallen. How do you do that?
Correct. Really, as I have been planning this parade for many years now, it's a parade. We need to have some excitement. People want to come out and see the fire trucks. They want to see a marching band. The groups that participate, the Scouts, the Fairport Little League. Fairport Little League was awesome because one year they showed up with a banner about Memorial Day and what it means, and it was spot on. So ever since then, I've asked groups that join us to march to just be patriotic, wave a couple flags, make some signs that show the true meaning of Memorial Day. That way, come out, be part of the festivities, be in the parade, bring some excitement, but also let everybody know why we're here. It's to remember and to reflect.
And a very special day, 10 o'clock this morning. You guys are going to be marching in it?
We are.
So you will see them marching in it. There's going to be parades all over Monroe County. So if you can't make the Fairport parade, there's going to be one in Rochester, Rondequoit, you name it. Very special day. I'm going to send it back to you guys in studio. This one kicks off at 10 a.m.
All right, Chris Lopez out there for us. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
Hey, stick around when Arc Rochester returns. We're heading to the pool and diving into some must-know summer swimming safety tips.
Yeah, important stuff. Listen up. We're back after the break. 8:50 this Monday morning. Memorial Day has arrived, and for some families, that means it's almost time to hit the pool, the beach, or the lake. But before you grab the towels, there are some important safety tips that we want to tell you about.
Yeah, for more on the ways to keep the swimmers safe all summer long, we are joined now by Dr. Elizabeth Murray from Golisano Children's Hospital with us this morning. There's a lot to dive into when it comes to this topic. For anyone heading out, is there like a top thing that people usually forget?
I think the layers of safety is what's so critical. You know, it's not going to be just the one thing that you need to do, but I would say eyes on the pool or eyes on the body of water. You know, if everybody is watching, then nobody is watching. And what I mean by that, it's so important just to have a dedicated person, an adult, a person who can swim, watching the swimmers without distractions. So cell phones away, magazines away. It can be a short shift. You know, the adults can take turns every 20 minutes or so. If you're having a holiday party, hire a lifeguard maybe if there's going to be lots of kids. But we really need somebody who's dedicated to eyes on the pool because it can just happen so quickly.
Because there is so much, and it can almost be overwhelming for kids, and then on top of it, you layer in the excitement of getting to go swim because it's summer. Where do you begin when talking swim safety with the little ones?
Right from the get-go. I mean, even if they're in the bathtub, we talk about, you know, you don't get into the bath without a grown-up present because it's any body of water. Remember that drowning is the leading cause of accidental death in children from 1 to 4 years of age, and that has been true for a long period of time, you know, despite our efforts, and that's because it can happen quickly. It can happen in our homes, it can happen in pools, it can happen in lakes. You don't need a lot of water to do that. So I think making sure kids respect water and understand that it can be dangerous, but that there's things you can do, like taking swim lessons can be a layer of protection. Again, not the end-all be-all, but knowing how to swim can be really important. Making sure that if you have a child who's not yet a swimmer, you need to have a grown-up in the water with them with what we call touch safety, meaning they're an arm's length, no more than an arm's length away. So if that child does go under or takes in some water and starts sputtering, that adult can grab them right away instead of that extra time to have to jump in the pool to get them.
For sure. And when it comes to those more open bodies of water, let's say you're going out to beaches or maybe lakes, there are some things that may seem like basic things to do, like wearing those bright colors, for example, so you can spot people. What are some other basic tips people should know?
Yeah, I think bright colors is really important. We know that some colors are easier to see underwater as well, having a clear designated area. And then I think, too, if you are in open body of water, having a true approved life jacket. You know, floaties and swimmies that you can get at regular box stores, they can be nice and they can be a little helpful, but they are not designed for bodies of water like lakes, certainly not oceans, for boating, things like that. You need to make sure you have the ones that have the label, Coast Guard approved, you have the right weight, that you have the right fit, that those are really truly designed to help with a life-saving situation. Because again, if you are dealing with currents, things like that, it can be very, very tricky. Of course, you know, a lot of times when you have lakes and oceans and things, you know, the bigger bodies of water, they'll have signs posted, they'll have lifeguards, they'll have warnings. Please, please heed those warnings. If they're saying it's dangerous to swim today, believe them.
As families get ready to open the pools for the season, I imagine it's something you do year in and year out, but also on the daily basis, remind the kids of the swim safety and the pool safety rules. No running around the pool. You're not allowed in there without a parent. All of those things, correct?
It's very true, very true. And that's why, again, you know, you make sure that you have all the equipment that you need. You know, we need that gate, that fence to go around. We call it the 4x4x4 rule. So the fence has to be at least 4 feet tall on all 4 sides of the body of water, whether it be above ground pool, in-ground pool, and then the slats should be no more than 4 inches apart. And that's a New York State rule, but again, each town can have stricter rules if they want to, but you want to also make sure that you have, you know, some type of large pole, life jackets, other things available right near the pool should an accident happen. Obviously, have a cell phone nearby if you need to call emergency services.
And we were talking about this earlier, Steph. A pool cover is not protection for people around the pool.
They do make some very, very fancy hardtop pool covers that can, again, be a layer of protection, but those simple solar covers that just lay on top at night, if somebody falls on top of that, they're going to sink and they kind of get entrapped in it, so it can be very dangerous. Again, a lot of times when drowning accidents occur, they are when people are not swimming. When a child walks out of a house, they're at a friend's house and they go outside to the pool area and people don't realize that they're gone. If you're at a holiday party or any type of gathering, a child goes missing, if there's a pool, first place to check is always the pool.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. If anyone wants to connect with you or maybe just find a place for all these tips in one place, where can they look?
Healthychildren.org.
All right.
Perfect. Dr. Elizabeth Murray, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, stick around. We've got a lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester.
We're back after this. Much more to get to here on ARC Rochester as we continue into the 9 o'clock hour, including a spotlight on Mental Health Awareness Month and how local counselors can shape and support students.
And then later, comedian and Rochester native Carmen Vallone is back in town, stopping by our studio this morning, preparing for an upcoming show this week at Comedy at the Carlson.
ARC Rochester returns after this. Good Monday morning, 9:01 on this May 26th. Thanks so much for staying with us here on Arc Rochester. I'm Stephanie Joseph.
And I'm Dan Schrack. We will get a check of today's Memorial Day forecast with meteorologist Marty Snyder in just a moment. But before that, we do want to check some of our top local stories with your Arc Rochester news break.
Today is Memorial Day, a time for the nation to pause and honor the men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice in service to our country. In our community, thousands will gather for parades and ceremonies to reflect on their legacy. Rochester's Memorial Day Parade, the largest in the area, steps off at 10:30 this morning from the corner of East and Alexander. It'll travel west on Main Street, ending at Main and Fitzhugh. Streets along the route will close at 10 this morning and reopen around 1 this afternoon.
Also this morning, Fairport's parade begins in just about an hour at 10 o'clock, starting at Village Hall and ending with a ceremony at Potter Park. The Victor Parade begins a half hour later at 10:30. That runs from the Victor School's campus to Village Hall, followed by another ceremony. And in Greece, that parade gets underway at 11 on Long Pond Road, ending at the Greece Town Hall campus. Ceremony will follow at the Town Hall Pavilion. And a reminder that government offices and buildings are closed. USPS delivery and garbage collection suspended.
Rochester police are searching for a second suspect in a gunpoint carjacking in the city's Edgerton neighborhood. Now, what happened around 8 last night on Fulton Avenue near Phelps. Police say 2 suspects held a victim at gunpoint and stole their car. Officers found that vehicle a short time later on West Main Street near Jefferson Avenue. 2 people ran from that scene. One of them, a 26-year-old parolee, was taken into custody. He's now facing robbery and grand larceny charges. Officers are still searching for the second suspect. Anyone with information should call police.
A woman remains in serious condition after being hit by a car on the city's north side over the weekend. This happened around 4 o'clock yesterday morning on Portland Avenue near Fernwood. Investigators say the 51-year-old stepped off the sidewalk and into the path of oncoming traffic. She was taken to the hospital. She is expected to survive. The driver stayed at that scene. Police say no criminal charges are expected.
Happening today, the search continues for a Rochester man who's been missing for a week. Jared Oswald was last seen May 19th walking away from a home on Harding Road. Police believe that he may be in danger. Over the weekend, dozens gathered looking for him. Today, a search party will resume. Volunteers are asked to meet at the Business Park parking lot on Boxart Street at 9 this morning. So right now, anyone with information on Jared's whereabouts are asked to call 911.
And for all these stories and any new developments throughout the day, you can check them out on our website, 13wham.com.
All right, time now to get a check of the forecast with meteorologist Marty Snyder. And we've got a beautiful day ahead of us.
That's true. Yeah, some great news coming up for us as we head forward throughout the day. Some sunshine, winds out, and already that's causing a nice effect on temperatures. We're seeing numbers rise up pretty rapidly. 64 by noon and probably somewhere in the upper 60s, almost 70 as we go through the afternoon. So it will be a nice increase in numbers today. We're going to keep some sunshine around for a lot of today, and a day very different as compared to many of the recent ones that we've seen. Now, as far as radar looks, really not much going on there. It has been quite active over many recent days with rain on and off, as we all know, but nice little break there, at least for the end of the holiday weekend, so we can get out and enjoy a day. And today we're going to keep some sunshine around for a lot of the day. Notice really not many clouds. That was a time lapse, and you notice how it really hasn't changed a whole lot there. And that's the way it's going to stay as we go through a lot of today. I think by the overnight of tonight, going into tomorrow, maybe a few more thin clouds entering, but still not too bad tomorrow. Just not quite this pure blue sky that we're starting off with right now. Starting with temperatures rising through the 50s. Again, we were in the 40s earlier, mostly mid 40s for a lot of places. So many places have already increased on the order of 10 degrees from the early morning low. And some of the afternoons we've been seeing just haven't really pulled that far away from the low over many recent days. Already we've seen a nice increase there. Wind out of the west, right around 8 miles an hour. A lot of places are hovering somewhere in the 50s right now. Notice that mid-50s range, pretty common across a lot of the area. A lot of 54s and 55s for areas to the east, even as high as 58 right now in Dansville. And even the areas that are skewing just a little bit cooler down towards Cohocton, Grove, Warsaw, they're all coming in within a couple degrees of 50 or the lower 50s right now. So again, we're seeing these numbers move along pretty well thanks to that sunshine that has been winning out. And I think that'll be the theme for a lot of the day today. Future weather today, again, not showing a whole lot for us for cloud cover. Notice how any of that fog that has been out there, that continues to dissipate pretty well. Not that it was all that widespread, but there were a couple little pockets out there to start off the day. But with temperatures increasing rapidly, that really takes care of it pretty quickly, so not a long-term issue. There's that thin cloud cover that I mentioned. A few more of those clouds build in as we head through the overnight, and as we get into the day tomorrow, I think it will be a story where a few more of those set up as compared to today, but still some very quiet weather for tomorrow, probably closing in on 70 for a high. I think both these next couple afternoons, temperatures will run cooler near Lake Ontario as lake temperatures are still in the mid-40s right now, so it is pretty cold for that water temperature at this point. And as we go through today, we're going to see, or through tomorrow that is, we're going to see the cloud cover increase, and that's going to set the stage for a lot of cloud cover going into Wednesday. And then as we head deeper into Wednesday, there is going to be some more rain that is going to make a return, but again, that's going to be deeper into the day on Wednesday, probably even starting off dry, and then that risk is going to increase as we head later into the day. Today will be in the upper 60s to fairly close to 70 for a high. Again, beautiful weather, a lot of sunshine winning out. A day very different than many of the recent ones we've seen. Down to 48 tonight. Tomorrow about 70 for a high with some sun. 64 as we get into Wednesday with at least a couple showers. That's mainly later in the day when we'll get into some of that. And then longer term, Thursday and Friday still in the 60s, maybe a little higher into that category for those afternoons. And we slide back just a little bit heading into Saturday and Sunday. Now it's time for the Muddy Paw outlook. Not really all that pertinent for the next couple days. Going to be dry paws as we take a look at Maisie and Maya there in the shopping cart. Monday, Tuesday, pretty dry for us.
What? Look at that.
Yeah. They're high and dry from any of the rain that has been out there in that cart there. But next few days beyond that, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, back into a couple showers. So that's something to keep in mind. But let the pets out over these next couple days. Looking pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. There will be some sunshine. They'll love that, running around. And then just in time for midweek, that rain returns.
That's when it comes back.
Yeah.
But at least earlier in the day on Wednesday, I think it looks pretty good. So it may be kind of that split week type forecast where the first half of the week looks all right, second half a little iffy by then.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the real question, Marty. And I've seen stuff on social media, and you've probably seen this too, where people are posting and saying, what is going on? Where is summer?
Yeah,
Where,
or spring,
or
for
spring.
the most part. Yeah.
Exactly. Like we're not where we normally are this time of year.
Right.
Why not?
It was just that one area of low pressure just stalled out over us, and it was a problem where just nothing was moving in the atmosphere. It was like a traffic jam almost. So you just get stuck with what you have at any point. For us, unfortunately, we were stuck with the not so nice weather in our part of the country with that area of low pressure.
So you're just blaming low pressure Linda here?
Yeah, it's her fault. Personify it.
She returns.
Not my fault.
Oh,
I even turned on the heat this weekend.
You did?
Yeah, I was just miserable.
It was cold.
Wow.
I couldn't do it anymore.
No.
I'm the type
See,
once
I'm
it goes
not.
off,
I'm not there.
I'm
not there.
will wrap up in multiple blankets,
Yeah.
turn on the fireplace,
Yeah.
it's a switch. So
Wow.
It's always nice.
yeah.
Fancy. Fancy. Yeah, I'm just in sweatpants and a hoodie and a jacket on top and another pair of sweatpants on that.
Yeah.
Get too hot then.
No.
Oh, I wasn't.
Then
No.
I did the same thing. I was doing the same thing.
you
and I'm like,
cocoon up on the couch.
yeah. But see, that was the thing. That option was there, but I just needed to be productive.
Yeah.
It was my time to get stuff done, and I figured if I kept it too cold in the house, I was going to go take a nap or whatever, get under the sheets.
I was productive. I got some,
Doing what?
I got
Eating?
something.
Finish a few seasons.
I got some
Eating
things
snacks.
done. I did.
You're not listing what those things are.
No.
So you get anything
of
done?
chips.
No, I did. There were a couple of tasks that I did handle this
Okay,
weekend.
good.
There were that had to happen.
Good.
But yeah, I'm missing I left the house a few times and wanted to do no jacket.
Yeah.
But no.
No, you couldn't do it. Yeah. Well, today looks better. At least that sunshine's going to help. I just need to get out and mow my lawn. That's
Okay.
Still.
Today.
the other thing, yeah.
Still,
Yeah.
that backyard. But you have
Well, I mean,
plans later today, don't you?
Well, I did it all last week, but it's, it just keeps growing and growing.
You did do the
'Cause of all the
backyard?
rain?
Oh, yeah, got it all
Oh,
done.
okay,
Yeah, the
okay.
tractor got returned on Monday, and I think that was the day I actually went out and did it. It was either Monday or Tuesday.
Oh, all right.
The tractor was
okay.
being worked on, so now I have to take my dad's lawn tractor back
to
to trailer
him.
that back. So there's, the tasks never end.
Yeah, that's when you start putting the kids to work.
Yeah, right?
You want to be in this house?
All three of them are home
Hold
now,
up for
so.
us.
Then all
at
three of
that.
them should be working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's.
Come on over and help
You
me
want
with
me
that.
to take charge?
Yeah.
Yes, please do.
All right, Marty. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Sure.
Hey, stick around. A lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester, including when we come back, we are looking ahead to a special tribute concert that's happening this weekend.
And don't forget that you can watch us on the go wherever you are by streaming us live on the 13 Wham YouTube channel. There it is right there. And foxrochester.com. ARC Rochester is back after this. This Friday, get ready to feel the rhythm because the Skylark Lounge is turning up the heat with a high-energy tribute to the king and queen of Latin music, Tito Puente and Celia Cruz.
And this morning, we're getting a special preview of the upcoming event and how the icons are being celebrated. For more, we're joined now by the two of the singers who are bringing the music to life. We've got Sarai Santos and Rosa Martinez. Thank you both so much for waking up bright and early. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So talk to us. What can people expect at this event?
Music, fun, glamour, nostalgia, everything. Everything you can relate Celia and Tito Puente to, we're bringing that to Rochester.
Wow.
Along with us, we're also going to have a lot of local artists, musicians that will be joining us. Great talent. So look forward to that as well, to see different faces celebrating in the music.
That is amazing. What is it like to put this music on its feet for an audience?
Well, this is the first time that we are, at least I, have been a part of this group. With our musical director, Freddie Colon, he is bringing music, classical music, classical salsa music to Rochester. We have amazing local bands, amazing local musicians that, you know, are everyday, day-to-day workers, but at nighttime, on their off time, they are world-renowned musicians, and I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
Sarai, talk to us about the cultural community of musicians we have in this region. I mean, Rochester is blessed to have so much talent.
Yes.
But talk to us when we dive into specific genres, you know, the talent we have here. It's really remarkable.
We have a huge pool here in Rochester. And Rosa and I are actually blessed to be a part of many of those groups and collaborations that, you know, range from bachata, merengue, salsa, but we are focusing on salsa for this tribute to Celia, which this year would have been her 100th year birthday.
Wow.
And also Tito, who was a huge part of her growth here when she came to the United States on the scene in the salsa and influenced her in the music as well.
And let's say someone wants to dive into this music, this genre for the first time. What's something in terms of sound that they can expect?
Well, the sound is really the el clave, the 1, 2, stuff like that. And you could just turn on the music. You can turn on the radio. We have several Spanish music radio stations that we listen to, and you can just listen to it, whatever you like, whatever moves you, that's yours.
As singers, as performers, what is it like for the two of you to perform some of the music of these two incredible performers? I mean, it's got to be. It's got to be a bit of an emotional experience. I imagine you were raised listening to some of their music too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it is a huge honor because that's where our roots are in the Latin music. They're the ones that paved the way for us today. So we are giving back. We're honoring them and our voices and our talent, showing Rochester, the world, what Latin music is all about. And yes, you do have to get you got to get into it, you got to perform it, and what a great way to honor them in what we do. So it's a huge honor.
When you're talking salsa music too, I mean, it's a lot of times it's a mood booster. You know what I mean? You can't listen to it and not feel the beat and not want to move. Exactly. Am I right?
It's contagious. It's contagious. So for me, I don't know about Sarai, but for me, I started dancing salsa before I started performing salsa. I was raised on boleros, which is the slow songs, and that's basically what I'm going to be singing out of one of Celia's songs. And that's extremely emotional for me because I'm singing my dad's favorite song, and he passed. So I'm just honoring Celia's legacy. I'm honoring her voice, her genre is amazing to me. So I'm very blessed and very happy that Freddie gave us that opportunity to be able to do that.
Definitely.
To interpret it.
What's something that you hope that people who come out and just hear the music that they walk away with from the experience?
Well, it's a celebration, so we know that not only is going to be great music, great singing, but they're going to be able to come out and enjoy and have a great night. Move, let the music just take you wherever it wants, enjoy it, because I know we're going to enjoy it from our side, so we want to be able to interpret that so that everybody else can feel that, have a good time, dance, feel the music.
And if you're enjoying it, the audience is going to enjoy it. One more time for somebody sitting at home. When, where, and what do they need to know about ticketing, or do they just show up?
No, you go on tickery.com and you select the event. You can buy as many tickets as you want. We really need you to buy more tickets. So, yeah. So that's where you usually go to get our tickets.
Perfect.
Right.
And we will post all of that information and much more on our website after the show this morning. You can find it on foxrochester.com.
Hey, stick around. We've got so much more to come here in ARC Rochester, including when we come back, we're highlighting how one school strives to support every student's mental well-being.
We're back on the other side of the break. Thanks for sticking with us this Monday, 9/21. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and Our Lady of Mercy School for Young Women is using this month to highlight the importance of making student wellness a core priority.
This morning, we're taking a closer look at some of the ways Mercy is prioritizing mental and helping the next generation grow. For more, we are now joined by the principal from Mercy, Cheryl-Ann Dodato.
Good morning.
Yes,
Thank you
good
so much for
morning.
coming in.
Thank you so much for having me this morning. We're excited. Mercy and mental health, it's not just a month, it's the full year. And we focus on that just because our young women have a lot to balance. And so I always talk about high expectation with high support. And what does that high support look like for our students? It is, we have school counselors, we have a wellness counselor, and the wellness counselor works with our students 6 through 12. And so this month she has been focusing on mindful moments, Tuesdays with different kind of workshops. We've had lunch and learns, and so it's been all month. And not only having speakers in, but also taking nature walks and focusing our mind, body, and spirit. And Friday we have Arts Fest, which is awesome because it features our performing artists and our visual artists, and we bring in artists from the community to do workshops. But the beginning of the day is focusing on that mind, body, spirit with yoga and meditation. So really what we help our students gather and have resources for is building coping skills. And so when you feel stressed or when you feel anxious, how do you put that energy into something else, like a yoga or a meditation or into art or just being?
How do you teach that on a daily basis? Because when you open the can of worms now that is social media, there's no doubt that it has an impact on social emotional health, social emotional development. And I mean, even as adults, we have tendencies to fall down those rabbit holes and fall victim to feeling a certain way when we look at particular content on Instagram, for instance. So what do you teach on a daily basis as a reminder to these young women that comparison is the thief of joy, not to look at this as anything other than, social media, than something that's unattainable and not really real?
Right. I think what helps us too, we have a very strict cell phone policy. It's off and away all day. And so the girls, they recognize that, and we ask them, how do you feel about that? And they say it gives them a moment, it gives them a break. And so even during our lunches and study halls, they are not allowed to use any cell phones or during lunch their Surfaces or Chromebooks, because we want them to interact with each other. We want them to socialize, because that is the biggest thing with social media, is they're not able to interact with interpersonal skills. And so helping them to develop those interpersonal skills is part of our daily practice every day. And I think it's built into who we are in our core values of really self-advocacy, personal accountability, having educational courage, and principled leadership. And so it's embedded into our leadership development program. We have a distinction program, but all of our students are able to take part in our counseling program. So we have a counselor in the middle school and 3 at the high school. And so they're embedded into our classrooms. How do we interact with each other? And learning those social skills of respect, interpersonal, social accountability, and really understanding that your cell phone and that social media is not what defines you. It's you who define you, and building that self-confidence.
That is for sure. There are a lot of elements, social media aside, that teens are dealing with right now. One thing that you brought up was mindfulness, for example. You're always on the go as a teen, especially a student as well. How do you go about practicing mindfulness starting at that age?
Yes, it's a great question. And, we're fortunate because we are a Catholic institution. And so we do pray before all of our classes begin. But our prayer is not not just, written, formalized Catholic prayers. We teach the girls to write prayers in whatever form they feel brings their spirituality in. And so before our classes, it might be a poem, a spiritual poem. And so that's it. We are able to have them take a moment before they start the rigorous academics to really focus on centering themselves. And so we do that, and not only through that, but we do it in our sports programs. They have mindfulness. We have our wellness counselor also does workshops. She also sends out a reminder every morning through our Random Acts of Kindness curriculum, strategies for today. And so it's really to help them really refocus and recenter themselves and believe in who they are. And so it's subtle, but it makes a great impact.
Sherilyn Diodato, Mercy High School. For somebody sitting at home who says, I want to learn more about Mercy, learn about the programming, maybe contemplating a switch for the next school year, where do they go?
So they go to www.mercyhs.com and right through admissions, and you can apply and look at our different programs on our website.
Perfect. Thank you again for your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you. Thank you.
Hey, stick around. We have so much more to come on ARC Rochester.
We're back on the other side of the break. .30 this Monday morning. Thanks so much for sticking with us here on ARC Rochester. This week, comedian and Rochester native Carmen Vallone is back in town, getting ready for an upcoming show at Comedy at the Carlson.
Yeah, we're very excited because he was able to stop by the studio for us this morning and give us a look at what he's been up to. So good morning to you.
Good morning to you guys. Hi, everybody. Say hi, Luke.
This is Luke, our special guest this morning.
We're here. We're doing it. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Absolutely. Now, Carmen, do you typically bring your little boy just to sell more tickets? Is that how you roll?
Whatever it takes. We need to sell out. I need to sell 100 tickets. I figured he's good for like 30.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The act is, that'll carry the other, 60?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. It's 70, I know. Luke, smile, look. Oh. He's actually, he's not really a kid. He's a marionette puppet, but he does look. It looks real, doesn't it? Very real. Look, watch when I tap on his neck. Hi, everybody. Make sure you get your tickets.
Carmen, tell us, how did you get your start in comedy?
That's a great question. I went to a stand-up comedy club, and I forgot my wallet, and I walked out on the bill, and I owe them a lot of money. And this is the only way I could think of paying them back for the wallet that I didn't bring. I'm kidding.
I was going to say, I think that's an admission of guilt.
Right.
Yeah, no. I've been around it since I was a teenager. I used to work at the old Comics Cafe, if you remember that, back in, it was here in Henrietta. Back in the day. I was a teenager, and then I started to take a comedy class when I moved to Orlando, and I started writing comedy, and I started going to the open mics, and one thing led to another, and now I got to pay my bills with stand-up, and I got to take care of this little guy, and we got to sell tickets, Luke. We got to sell tickets.
We got to sell tickets,
We just
Luke.
gotta.
Sorry, Steph, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to ask about your material. Like, do you draw it from your upbringing here? Or?
Yes, I do. Everything is very personal to myself. Like I talk about so my last name's Carmen Vallone, as you could see on the screen, Carmen Vallone. My middle name's Angelo, Carmen Angelo Vallone. I named him Luke Pro Vallone. That's very real.
No way.
Yeah. So I got all jokes that are about like my real life and like being a dad and living in Florida, being from Rochester.
Did you really name him
100%,
Luke Pro Vallone?
100%. I'll show you his birth certificate when the cameras aren't rolling.
How could you do that to that cute little boy?
Oh, he's a cute little Provolone. He's
It's
a pro.
actually kind of great, though. I kind of do like it.
It's a cool name.
Yeah.
Because when you're a kid and you get in trouble, people will yell at you. They'll use your full name to yell at you. Carmen Angelo, get downstairs. No.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen with my son because his mom's going to start giggling halfway through the name.
Yeah.
Luke Provolone. Like, you can't get in trouble, you know?
I mean, I have a feeling he will be getting into trouble because people will like to hear that name yelled.
Oh, I never thought of that. He might get in more trouble. People might yell at him just to say his name.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I didn't think about that.
What does the family think about you kind of using them and the upbringing in your act? Do they ever say, this is off limits, this is a no-go?
He hasn't complained yet.
Right. Give her a couple years.
Yeah.
And I got my mom off camera, and I made fun of her a little bit. But Mom, do you care? She doesn't care, right? No, she didn't care. Yeah. So it's been. I got a great family.
As long as you keep sending checks.
She doesn't care. Keep paying bills. Keep visiting Mom during Christmas, and I could keep making my jokes. So
perfect.
Yeah.
And just given how much you've kind of delved into comedy over the years, is there anything you've noticed in terms of like audience reception, like how they respond to you?
They usually are quiet, and then they heckle, and then the phone rings, and then I sip water. No, the crowds are great. The crowds are I live in Florida, and like I play really well with old people. I don't know why. I think I remind them of like their grandkids or something. Oh. But they're like, I go to like the Villages. I don't know if you ever heard of the Villages. Yeah. Old people love me. Young people, they don't find me funny, I don't think. But they're like, how come he's talking about being a dad? I don't get it. They're like 21, drinking and pounding shots of tequila. I'm over here. I'm like, I'm changing diapers. They're like, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, no, crazy.
You found your niche, though, and I mean, that's all you need.
That's all you need, yeah. And we're Italian, so we talk about being Italian. So if there's any Italians in Rochester, I don't know if there's any here. It's a great show for you guys, so come on out.
Yeah.
When you play in Florida, do you actually play at the Villages?
Oh, yeah. They love me. I'm like their go-to comedian in the Villages.
Really?
Yeah, I have no idea why. Oh. It's a retirement community for anybody that doesn't know.
I believe it's the largest in the country.
Largest in the country. Yeah, it's like the size of a city.
Yes.
There's like I want to say like 80,000 residents or something. I might be making that up. I don't know. But they're 65 and up. You have to be 65 and up to live there. And they want me because I don't know why. I guess I just do good with old people.
I bet you do. Does your dad do good with old people?
Yeah.
Hey, Luke, I got a question. Luke Provolone, does Dad ever make you laugh? Is he funny?
Yes, my dad is the funniest dad in the whole wide world.
He's smiling, so I think there's some truth to it.
He's the best dad ever, and he makes me laugh, and everybody else laughs, so you should definitely buy a ticket to Comedy at the Carlson, Thursday, 7:30.
Yeah.
Wow, thanks, Luke.
Wow,
Great little
Luke,
promo.
you need to go into PR, Mr.
Yeah.
Provolone. Absolutely. Carmen, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
coming
guys.
in.
You guys are
7:30 is the show time.
7:30.
This Thursday, Comedy at the Carlson.
Yeah.
You know the website. If you can't remember it, go to foxrochester.com. We'll make sure to post the link to it right there.
Hey, don't go anywhere. We've got so much more to come here on Arc Rochester, including when we come back, we're taking out the grill. and making some burgers.
Literally, we're just gonna cook in studio this morning. And don't forget, if you're heading for the door, you can take us with you. Arc Rochester is streaming live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel. We are back after this. Oh, wait, how many? Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Welcome back.
Hello.
This morning we are dishing it out because it's Memorial Day and you can crack that.
Okay.
And we want to cook for you. I mean, we were told we have to cook for you. So we decided to run over to our favorite local grocer, and we got the grill out, and we are cooking up some hamburgers this morning.
Yeah.
Steph is in the process of
cutting up our fresh
hear
vegetables.
that sizzle? Cutting up some onion. We're gonna do some tomato as well. We're also going to be working with some romaine lettuce. How do you like that?
It looks
Throw that
very
bad
fresh.
boy right
I like
there.
that.
Put that bad boy right there.
All right.
You guys
yeah.
like grilling?
Getting this going.
I don't mind if it's inside. I haven't tried
We've got the beer ready. I'm gonna take one of the gloves off so I can work on that. Nick, can you do me a solid? Can you just bring over that trash can for me?
Crying up in
Would
here.
appreciate it. Steph, you like grilled onions, right?
Yes.
So, again, we're cooking here. We're celebrating Memorial Day the way we would, I suppose, if you can.
We're at home, maybe.
Bring it in.
You already diced
Bring it in here.
Yeah, just
Keep
cut
on
it up.
coming.
Yeah.
Can you just throw it right there for me?
Wow.
It's
Oh,
the
my
skin on
goodness.
this.
You don't have to be.
Oh my gosh. There we go.
He's afraid to be on camera. How do you like your burgers? How am I cooking these burgers?
Well, I like
a
them-
medium.
I like it well done.
Okay.
I went to a restaurant though, and when I was ordering the steak, I did say medium well. Oh, you're taking it away? Oh
no.
Yeah, dumping the
Thank you.
scraps.
Yes.
Do we want like down or like trying to get an intact circle?
Try and get an intact circle. We'll throw a couple of them on the grill here.
All right.
Yeah.
Producer Jonathan, shout out to him.
Yes.
He produces the 5 and 6 a.m. hours for us here on ARC Rochester. And he ran home, got his griddle, and brought it in for us. And we gave him a grocery list, said go to the store, get everything we need to make some. I'm going to take 2 of these, Steph, and just throw them on the grill right now.
Sounds good.
So those can get going. I know you're not supposed to move the burger once you get them cooking, but guess what?
We're gonna flip them.
I need to make a little space.
I know, it is like, they're seeing it at home.
Really.
I'm actually so proud of how these are turning out.
You're doing pretty well there, Steph. I'm not going to lie. We're actually just going to throw that right in, some of that fat
I like
there.
that right there.
That
Get
grease.
some of the flavor.
Yep. Pick up some of that flavor. Keep these onions from sticking.
This chuck?
Yes.
Oh,
ground
yeah.
chuck. What
Go
is
with
this?
some chuck.
80-20?
Oh,
I like
40-60.
I like
don't know.
Summer shreds.
I could not. The last time I had a hamburger, I was in 7th grade. So it was what, 1997, 1998 maybe?
Okay.
And what are we drinking today?
A little bit of Budweiser.
A little bit of Budweiser.
Okay.
Original Bud, not Bud Light, because go big or go home.
Oh, it smells fantastic.
Not good. Not a big fan of that. Not a
Did
big
you pour
fan
some
of
for
that.
me?
Yes. Yours is right here.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
Steph.
thank
Of course
you.
we did.
Cheers.
All right. We're making headway here.
This isn't bad. It's
We also have
plain.
We also have some cheese. What do we have? We've got yellow American here that we can throw on some of these patties
Pepper jack.
as we keep grilling. We like pepper jack.
Yeah.
If I could make a spicy burger, that's grill jalapenos, pepper jack on there, spicy mustard, some hot Cheetos.
I'm just making sure somebody back there might know. There's no like smoke alarms in here, right? That we're gonna set off.
Well, when we did the s'mores on Friday, Scott had lit up, what was it? It was a green, it looked like pomade, if you've ever seen. It was in a canister.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So we did fine with that.
But was there smoke? Did you guys burn anything?
Oh,
Good.
yeah, flip
That looks
them.
good.
We're being told to flip the burgers.
Flip the burgers, you think?
That looks great.
Yeah.
The onion sizzling in the fat. Yeah,
I feel like they could.
Yeah, no.
They could hang out a little bit more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Got a little
bit.
burger press or something like that.
We've got
know.
no. You never want to press the burger.
Can we get some
No
salt and
smash
pepper
burgers?
packets?
Okay.
You never press the burger. We're gonna do this. And actually, what you can do to make sure that your patty comes out even
Yeah.
is when you're making the patty.
How the heck do you know so much about?
I know.
I watched a lot of
the
cooking
burger.
shows growing up. I enjoy it. When you're making the patty, you actually want to put like a button in the middle. You want a dimple in the middle because it's going to puff back up.
Okay.
And it helps distribute those juices. I'm gonna stink.
Oh, I didn't know we had tongs.
Yeah, Jonathan got these, I think, too, at the store.
Oh.
So we got some grilled onions here. Get those going.
There's
And
like
I'd
a
say
level of control when you're on the grill.
in
that
about
I think
2
I
more
enjoy,
minutes.
and I don't know why.
That you
Like inadvertent, like that when you're grilling. There's like this level of control, but like relaxation at the same time.
I guess
you're
we
drinking
gotta
a
go
beer.
to break. We're
you're
still gonna be
outside.
cooking. Just join
We're
us.
cooking. Don't you have to go for 2 minutes because we got to pay bills. But when you come back, we'll have the burgers flipped. We're back after. We're streaming live on YouTube.
Yeah. Stay with us.
I've got
there.
my own cooking show now. there, and we are back at the grill this morning. Look at that. I mean, we are really going
Did we get some salt and pepper?
in. We got some salt and pepper.
Okay.
You only got pepper.
Oh, we only got pepper. Okay.
Well, we'll take it.
Apparently,
That's
we
okay.
don't have salt.
Those onions.
Which is okay. I mean,
They
we
are
don't,
looking solid.
We don't need the
if
sodium.
I do say so myself.
That's a good cut right there.
Yeah.
Caramelizing. They're dancing on the griddle, if you will. Look at that.
They absolutely are. Those onions. We've also got the buns on there. That's what we did while we were at break. We also flipped these patties.
Yep.
That one's going to have a little bit more pepper, but that's okay.
Okay,
it's
a little
delightful.
spice is nice.
Absolutely. A little bit of more pepper on these onions.
Yeah.
Get these bad boys going. Boy, oh boy. All we need now is some French fries, okay?
Yeah.
Right?
What's your favorite cookout side dish?
We can open our own McDonald's.
I do love fries. I would say like potato salad is up
those
there.
fries are not really a side dish for
Come
a cookout. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Grilled jalapenos.
Oh,
Grilled
I haven't tried
I was
grilled.
eating those yesterday.
Maybe some pickle.
How we
Your
doing?
pickle part?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's like a
That one's still mooing, okay? I'm just saying. So is that one.
Yeah, they're all
Yeah.
still kind of moving. I think my
Volcanic.
final thoughts, we could be looking at close to medium well. Maybe medium. Ooh, those look like they are.
Those are looking
All
good.
set.
I'll tell you what.
little bun plate there.
Yeah.
Yes. Getting those. We're getting the nice
Crispy.
toasty right there. Well, I don't know what camera. Oh, right there. Getting the nice toasty here on these.
Yeah.
You guys have any good memories for Memorial Day?
I don't think Memorial Day specific.
Yeah, not specific.
Yeah.
I have great memories of cooking out with family.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, like the Memorial Day weekend.
Yes,
you know,
that kind of feel. Yeah, throughout the late spring, summer, and early fall season. Lots of this during the summer days.
Yep.
Lots of swimming. Lots of chips and dip during that. Waiting 30 minutes between the time you eat until you're allowed to actually go in the pool.
Yep.
Was that ever a rule for you guys?
No,
It was.
No, I just jumped in.
Yeah.
Because you get sick, right?
Yeah.
I never got
Or
sick.
a
Or
cramp.
something. Or a cramp, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you could drown because you got a cramp. Little do you know, Chris, though, I was on the swim team.
Yes, a fun fact that I learned today.
Okay, we're actually going to get
Take
these
the onions off.
of here.
Look at that.
Do we have a, okay.
Because
This will be the
onions
last
are
plate then.
looking great
They are.
at this
Pretty
point.
solid, I'd say.
They are ready to go. Thank you, thank you. And when you're doing this, when you're cooking and
like the
there's
buns
grease
smell like
in the
they're
food, there's oil, there's fat,
buns?
there's anything
They
that
smell like they're
splatters.
Yeah.
We'll go bun
You'll
plate.
see a lot of people
that
who
one
get
like a
very nervous around things like that.
Damn.
They'll go and they'll put the item down and throw it down. You never want to do that because that's going to create the most splashback for you. I'll have to pick them right
Okay,
up.
lob these buns
That's
off.
going to create the most splash.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
that one's.
I'm calling you our resident Rachel Ray now.
Well, I was a big fan. She makes 30-minute meals, and that means in the time that it takes you to watch this program, I'll have made a delicious and healthy meal from start to finish. That was her 30-minute meals.
The buns.
But yeah, you want to set them down gently. Don't throw it down because you're going to get that splashback. Now, some splashback you can't prevent because we're dealing with grease here, people. We're going to
Okay.
flip these over, check these
Press
bad
it
boys out.
down
Yeah,
some.
Steph, by the end, by final thoughts, you guys will be eating burgers. What's that?
They aren't too burnt. They're crisp.
That's just one.
Don't you dissolve into that?
Those are looking great. I don't know
Okay.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's okay.
Chris. Does anyone, not you, Chris in our ear, Chris.
Oh, okay.
Who wants, I'm going to tell you that they're cooked through right now. Who wants cheese?
You're gonna tell me?
I want cheese.
Yeah, because they are.
Oh, okay.
I want cheese.
Yeah, I'll take cheese.
Cheese across the board.
Sounds good.
We can do it.
For final thoughts, we'll do our taste test.
Yes.
Try not to burn our tongues.
Cheese
Look at
across
that.
the
Look at
board.
that.
We are-
I'm actually pretty surprised.
What, that we were
Look,
able to
that-
pull this off?
That's
Yeah, in just a short amount of time, I would say.
it's a good grill.
It is.
We can do this. We're gonna actually
Let me tell
take
you,
some
ours
bottoms.
growing up, that one, it did not look
Throw
like
some
that.
bottoms.
Lower the amount of carcinogens you're taking in.
Two more here.
It is certainly steamy, if you will.
I remember
Now, there is a way to build a burger that will prevent your burger from getting soggy. Did you know that?
No.
That's if you make sure that your tomato is actually on the burger and not touching the bun.
Okay.
So your burger, it can go on the bottom under the cheese. It can go. I think we're fine, Steph. If the fire alarm were going to go off, it would have gone off.
It
by
would have
now.
gone off in my house, like the old one.
Or you put the lettuce in between it so that the tomato is not touching the bun. It's never going to get soggy.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
How the heck do you know so much about grilling burgers, man? You're a vegan.
I watched a lot of cooking shows as a kid. It's one of my favorite pastimes.
The Arc Rochester
I love
cookout
spending time
has
in the
been
kitchen.
one for the books already.
Okay.
I
We're
will
going
use
to
this plate.
take these off. How much time do we have left here, Ashley?
30 seconds and you got
30 seconds. Okay, we are taking these burgers off right now.
Oh, look at that work. Did you see
We
that?
are getting these ready to go, and by the time we come back, we're going to be building these burgers and taking a bite right here on Arc Rochester's new cooking show, In the Kitchen with Dan.
Oh my gosh. It's a good time for all that we're having right now. You guys remember? They would do
No. Never saw it.
What? It's
Camera
like the
4, do you want
confetti.
to take that?
This
and
one.
right
This
here?
is the star of the show.
That's the star of
This
the
is
show, I
perfectly
guess.
assembled.
Right there,
The
perfectly
bread
assembled.
is
Yeah.
just nice.
Steph, is this you?
I guess.
This
yeah.
is you.
I will add
What are you
on
putting on yours?
some lettuce.
Look at that.
Look at that.
In and out.
Right
Step
there.
aside.
Is there a top?
Look at that onion hanging out to the left side.
That one's Mr. Lopez.
Lower
Keep
right
that camera
side.
there. Keep that camera there. That's Lopez's.
I gotta try this though.
And then this is for the two gentlemen off camera right
Oh,
now. Okay, come on, guys.
got 1
We've
minute.
got 1 minute left. Get over here. Eat these burgers. Here's a plate for one of you, and then the other can take
I
a
would
plate. Come
say
back here and
it's
eat
on the
them so
medium
people
well
can see.
side.
Yeah.
People can see what
Oh, yeah,
it tastes
that's good,
like.
though, man.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, here, that's yours. Plain, no onion, just ketchup. How'd we do?
Not bad, I would say.
That's solid.
You know what? Oh no! I told Marty don't leave the building because we were cooking burgers. Do you guys remember that?
I think he's left the building.
Oh, he's not here?
Yeah, he's not here.
Oh, okay. Then I don't care.
It's pretty solid. I can't even talk. That's how great it is.
Listen,
I'm speechless.
what can I say? Now, as long as somebody else cleans this up, Ashley, it's
You gotta
all
go.
you. Make sure to wake up with us tomorrow morning, 4:57 over on 13 Wham ABC. Steph is back with Marty on 13 Wham News at midday at noon.
Bye.
Take care.